So I was reading through the comments for update 1.69 Regia Aeronautica, and all around, a lot of people seem to be really hyped for this patch. I'm among them. It's getting some sweet vehicles. We're getting the Puma, we're getting the Starship, we're getting the T-55A, we're getting the Object 268, Vickers Mark 1, Churchill Mark 1, Privateer, and literally 20 new Italian aircraft, plus the 12 that are already in the game. So it's all around going to be pretty sweet. But as I scroll through the comments, it seems a lot of people have been bitching about the Cheeto late. And they're all saying, "Oh, why has Gaijin abandoned the Japanese tech tree for ground? Why does Gaijin fucking hate Japan's ground forces? They added them and they're already ditching them for Italy and shit like that." And firstly, let's just go over what the Cheeto production is. This is basically what the Cheeto when it was going to be produced has. It's more or less identical, except this front plate here is slightly angled. At 4.7, it's not going to do anything. It's still going to get shot straight through, but hey, you've got a pretty good gun. It's just a slightly over-tiered Panzer IV now, long barrel Panzer IV. But when this got announced, I'm like, well, this is more like the 4 vehicles I was expecting to see for Japan, because there's literally 4 more vehicles they can add. If we flick over to the fan-made Japanese ground forces tree, you'll notice quite quickly that we literally have nearly everything here, and the stuff that we are lacking sits kind of firmly in the 2.0 BR range, which isn't really top priority for Japan, because let's be completely honest, once you get past the piece of shit Aigos, Chihas, and Hagos, for Japanese low-tier ground forces up to about 3.3 is very solid. I thoroughly enjoy them. But then we get into the awkward area, which is about 4.0, where Japan kind of starts becoming more emaciated than, well, basically anyway. It's like going to an anorexia clinic. And you ask, well, what can they add to it? And the answer quite simply is, there really is nothing they can add. If you look at their rank 3, the only thing they can really add that we don't currently have is the OI and the Chi-Ri 1. But the Chi-Ri 1 isn't going to change anything. It's just a Chi-Ri 2 without the autoloader, that's it. So it's just a Cheeto gun on a Chi-Ri chassis, that's it. And then there's like 3 NATOs that are like the same thing. And then you get into Tier 4, where we have basically everything here. But it's spread out a bit more. You've got a couple of tank destroyers, which were kind of iffy prototypes, not even made it to the production of a prototype stage. You've got this kind of funky, armoured truck thing, but I think that's a bit over-tiered. Overall, there isn't really anything they can add. Like, people say Japan's ground forces have been abandoned, but the simple fact of the matter is, it hasn't been abandoned. It's nearly complete. Everything that's remaining to be added is either never got past the blueprint stage, or if you look at this tree, it's filler as fuck. Like, look at this. They have 5 Type 60s, and they're all the same vehicle. There's no difference at all between them. It's just filler. Like, for top tier, all you can really add is 2 more STB variants and 2 STA variants and this Type 74 howitzer. There's no real point adding the Type 61, seeing as it's just a worse version of the Type 87. It's like, look at this. There is nothing they can really add. And because they keep saying they're going to add a Tier 4 premium, I've got a gut feeling we're going to see either the STA3 or the STA4 being that premium. And if you look at the heavy tree, you've literally got all these heavies, and they're all basically just the Type 95, but with slightly different gun armaments on them. That's it. And because the Type 95 has been added as a premium, I don't think we're going to see a Japanese ground tree. Like, I've got a bad feeling the OI is going to be a premium, and that's the only real thing left to be added to Japan. Like, what do you guys think? Does this piss you off when you hear people like, oh, Japan's ground force tree is, like, emaciated. Gaijin needs to fix this. But then the moment you look at the tech tree that possibly could be added, this is literally everything that could be added. Except I think the M48 pattern. There is literally nothing to be added. Japan is emaciated because it was in real life. Their tank production is just not very good. The only thing that's worse out of the big nations is going to be Italy. Like, France's ground tree is going to be fine. But Italy's going to be a clusterfuck too. You're going to see this exact same cycle repeat. So I'm just going, oh, fucking Italy's ground forces. Gaijin hates Italy's ground forces. It's like, they don't hate Italy's ground forces. The fact of the matter is, there's nothing to fucking add to it. Italy has less than 20 designs. Japan has about 30 designs. And of which most are variants of the Chiha. It's just, it's a joke, you know what I mean? What do you guys think? Am I right to bitch about this? Like, look at this. You have 3 Type 92s, and they're all the same fucking thing. They have a, I think it's a 13mm machine gun in them. Like, that's a, like, rank 1.3 at the highest, you know what I mean? Like, comment, let me know. Am I full of shit with this, or do I have a good point that, like, whenever people bitch about this Japanese ground tree, they don't know what the fuck they're on about. They're just weebs. Weebs are uninformed. Like, comment, do all that stuff down below. Keep on gaming, and have a good one.